With Lloyd being on LIEnette's property 24/7, LIEnette had a lot to say, such as this.
They called the sheriff this morning and asked the sheriff if I could throw them off of the property.
Her grandson.
The sheriff told them no, that they can stay where they're at.
Okay.
That I would have to evict them.
That's true. That's the law.
You cannot get them out of your camper if they don't want to go. They're not going to. I tried to explain that to you. They are not going to leave your camper until Friday. That's it. They have control. They sat with my daughter Lindsay, laughing at me on the phone, telling her that I thought the sheriff was coming when all he did was call him and talk to him. The deputy got a hold of me and talked to me about it.
And there's a almost 5-year-old listening to this entire conversation. But there's so much more debunking we got to do. Now that the kids have been saved from the property and an elderly veteran have been saved from the property, multiple things have happened. One of those things is sending us screenshots of all conversations. Now, there's so much that I've condensed and I've cut down. Now, I understand that takes things out of context a lot of the times. But really, I just want to focus on debunking some things, especially since Shart is publicly posting that Lloyd was selling his camper to LIEnette in exchange for free living, which you're going to find by LIEnette's own text. That is completely and totally false. Side note, she's already been reported by Lloyd to DCF, to elderly abuse, to benefits abuse from the government using all of his cards. Oh, the list goes on and on. Let's see what else is in these screenshots right here. All right, so you can see Friday, July 19th. We're just going to focus on the past few weeks, okay? July 19th. Now, you see the stars. Those stars happen when she says a foul word and your talk to text will not type that foul word. This is a woman that continues to say they do not use this type of language. Debunked. You're going to see a lot of it. So here we go. Friday, July 19th. I know you just got out of surgery, so I'm going to say this. All the quack, the bull quack aside, I'm here to help. Whatever I can do for you. I know you're going to need your hearing aid chargers and your phone charger, but what else will you need? I'll get whatever you need. Now, is she buttering him up for something? We're about to find out. Saturday, July 20th. Well, I hope you feel better. Oh, she's so proud. Look at that. Look at that picnic table. Wait, no. Is that a picnic table? Oh, we're about to find out. When you feel better, LOL. I fixed my broken up countertop. Hope you feel better soon. Harley Grace and the kids say hi. And she's so proud that she put a picnic table cover on her countertop in the camper. Why does she always call it John's camper? Because she bought the Jeep. John bought the camper. That's why John stays in the camper. She stays in the shed, which there's going to be a lot about that as well. All right, we've got July 20th, 9:29 a.m. It says, one problem, they're rinking all your Landon is a very angry young man. Yeah, she has a lot to say about her family, and none of it positive. But yet, we saw videos of her claiming that they're doing so much hard work, and they're so good, and this is such a great thing. This is reality coming through right here. Which, by the way, Landon is not a good individual. As a matter of fact, he's horrific. But that apple doesn't fall far from that tree of this family, does it? Okay, one problem. They're drinking all your... Landon is a very angry young man. I told you he's an holic. We'll just say holic. And he almost... You see this right here? He almost unalived people. Oh, so we're going to bring somebody on the property that's almost unalived somebody because your precious child has a metabolic disorder and could unalive at any time. This is making a lot of sense, right? That's why he's with me. That doesn't make much sense to me. But now everybody was fine until you bought them Where are angry person and violent? I need to know where the quack, the freedom bangers are. The pew-pews. So I can get them in a safe. I need your permission to take the blank, it's God, and then a duck. Oh, yeah, that's our Otter Creek minister right there. The God blank duck strong drink out of your trailer. Why is she so fixated on these freedom bang sticks? Well, I've got my theory. Then it goes on, I'm going to be straight with you. Just so we're all on the same page. This is all real. I'm going to be straight with you. He told me the other night he was runk, and he said if Lloyd's keys to his car were here, he'd be taking it to get a quack pizza. I'm telling you, they're not responsible. They're high, they're drunk all the time. And I was trying to get help for him here. Period! Yeah, it says period. You think I'm joking? Period. You're going to see a lot of periods. Period! Must be a period piece here or something. Period! You didn't do much to help that you, period! I don't want any trouble. I want you to get the freedom sticks out of the camper, and I want the strong drink out of the camper. Okay, then we go on to another one. Remember, I'm not keeping everything in context. I'm taking it for bits and pieces because there's just too much. Her mouth never stops running. Even when she's on the phone with Deuce and the police are on the property and other people are on the property saving somebody from her and the property, and he's yelling at her, shut up, and she still won't. She goes on to say, trust me, I don't want to do that. I don't want any more quacking problems. And I don't want problems without together because we are the adults. There goes the language again. I guarantee you the child's hearing all this. Another one. Well, when you're able to lock up the freedom sticks, I want to lock up the freedom sticks. Having them in reach of a kid runk with severe anger issues doesn't make for a good mix. You know what else doesn't make for a good mix? Having this individual who is so horrific based on her text with an almost 5-year-old child on the property, which not to mention we're told can't be within anywhere where there's other people, but constantly is without a max. But she is in those situations, which she constantly is, she will unalive. Could you imagine your grandma saying these things about you, or being that almost 5-year-old and your supposed mom saying those things about you? All right, bad enough. They are rinking every day. They're going home, I think, soon. It's going to be safe. But until then, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. But she's so glad God made her such a strong woman. Okay? On July 20th, here we go. Another one, July 20th. July 20th, well, I hope you wake up. You'll tell me where the bang bang sticks are so I can put them up and lock them up safely. What is her obsession with these things? Like, she won't stop on these things. They are not good in kids' hands. They have severe anger issues. Who's rinking? I'm not saying at this moment, but it's all he's done. Since you got him it's drank. Get some sleep, but I know where they are so I can lock them up. They can go in my big safe under my bed. How many people have safes under their bed? See what else is going on. July 21st. Okay. 1:34, I believe. July 21st, 1:34. Between everything that's happened to me in the hospital, this is from Lloyd. Between everything that's happened to me in the hospital here, I haven't had time to get back to you. Yet, you're wrong. I've bought drink for myself. I didn't buy anything for the kids. And of course, you're going to give John the $50 a month for the electricity. And that doesn't cost any more than my camper. It's all the stuff you got hooked up to it. And if my food goes bad, you're going to have to pay for that too when I get out of here. I'm going to call the cops and you're going to be in trouble. That's Lloyd stating that to LIEnette. Let's go on. LIEnette then in response, well, this is at 2:25 p.m., July 21st. says, we're doing what we need to while you're not here, so the baby and I have power. I will not lose my child to CPS for anyone. And stop lying. It's not becoming on you. I watched the strong drink go in as I watched them drinking it. Okay, so she's watching 18-year-olds drinking and hasn't contacted the proper authorities, which therefore makes her an accessory to the actual crime. Real smart. Yep, here it is. Incriminating yet again. I saw them intoxicated and hadn't left your camper. Also drank 2 full bottles of the V drink you told them to get. You got it for John, but it's sad. It's yours. And Waylon came and got it. Right there. All right. So keep in mind, just because she says it doesn't mean that it's true. And I don't care what people do in their personal time. What I care is when it interacts with my life and becomes the aspect of complete and total dysfunction and complete and total unsafe. My protection is completely gone. I've been stalked. It's horrendous. Well, here we go with Lyshell yet again. Oh, this is a long one. Lyshell, this is funny actually. Look at this. John has quit rinking forever. Crook is in prison where he can't get any rink. Once he gets out, we all know what's going to happen. I'm looking for an extension power cord so you can run with less power while you're gone. The air will still go, but it will turn it down so we save power while I look for an electrical company to do the work and bill me. Apparently, from what I've been told, over $7,000 worth of electrical work that needs to be done on that property because nothing is functioning correctly. It's all hearsay. I'm just throwing that out there. And by the way, don't be so foolish. Like, Shart, who goes, if Jeremy cared so much about the child, why didn't he pay her electric bill? Oh, Shart cared so much. Why didn't she show up a year ago when she said she was going to show up and cover the story? Why didn't she pay the electric bill a year ago, 2 years ago, when the electric keeps getting shut off? Because I don't enable. That's why. I'm doing the right thing, not enabling the wrong things. All right, so let's keep going on. The air... Questions. All right, the air will go on, so they'll build me. I'm letting you use my brand new battery to keep power on and the air on, but it's an extension cord for RV. Needed to run your line to our box. The ones at Wally World are $59. I don't have that right now. Ugh! Yeah, she threw an ugh in there. Right there. Look at that, $59. Ugh. All right, the battery, she actually put 5TH. 5TH battery was $89 alone. Your camper is plugged into your box. I purchased the extension cord for $59 so I could make sure it has power. I put my extra battery over there for us to use and switch off since you won't be here for a while. I'm a good person. This is hilarious. Now, she says all this. I'm a good person. What do you think this follows up with? Yep, begging. Absolutely, begging. She has to throw this all out so then she could beg. And she'll do behind the back begging, and she'll do straight to your face begging. So here's the behind the back begging. Oh, P.S. I took all my money. I can't even buy a gallon of milk for Harley Grace. So, how's she begging? The same way she would do with George and I. I have all these bills. I can't pay them. Do you know what I can? I need money. I can't even. Remember, she can't even lift a gallon of milk. You remember that? She can't lift a gallon of milk. But she can take 100-pound tools and toss them out of a makeshift shed. Wait, I think that's supposed to be a home. Wait, that's a shed. Wait, I think we're all confused. So she follows up with begging. I can't even buy a gallon of milk for Harley Grace. Yet she has no problem sending $50 for a monkey. Something's not right there. All right, July 23rd. Lloyd, you and John need to be talking. You don't need to leave. I am not evicting you. For the love of God. Oh, so here, beforehand, she was threatening to evict Lloyd. Now she's saying she's not evicting Lloyd. Okay? I hope you get that in context. You don't need to leave. I'm not evicting you for the love of God. I'm not turning you in. I'm not talking to the cops. What's she going to turn him in for? For what she's done to him? Start dealing with me, the property owner, and not my 18-year-old grandchild that's been traumatized and abused his entire life. Be a role model for those kids. Wow. Now, there is some information that she should take for herself, huh? How to be an appropriate role model. What's Landon like? Oh, that's right. Just like LIEnette. Pathological, habitual liar, thief, con, scammer. Real good role model right there. All right, July 23rd. Here we go. We're just going to keep on going. Keep on trucking. Okay, I hope I've taught him enough not to do stupid things. But he's had a very hard life, and he's had theft charges for stealing booze. So, what did Landon steal in Iowa? According to LIEnette, if you can take her for her word, strong drink. That's what he got charges for and spent a night in jail, which, frankly, he should get comfortable with that. I think he's going to spend most of his life there. And she goes on to say, I will tell you, John made a wonderful decision. He's now strong drink free from now on. He chose us over the booze. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I might have my soulmate back. You think maybe she had her soulmate in the first 6 men? Yeah, right there. She might, above my finger, she might have her soulmate back. How many soulmates are there out there? I thought soulmates were 1 per person. Apparently with LIEnette, it's 7. All right, I hope you didn't... Oh, yeah, now we're talking about cash. We went from pew-pews to cash. I hope you didn't leave cash laying out in front of those kids. Now it's going to be, where's the cash? I want to know where the cash is. I want to... Tell me where the cash is. I hope you didn't leave cash out in front of those kids. I hope you didn't leave cash laying in front of them. I hope you didn't leave a pew-pew laying out in front of those kids, especially a kid with anger issues. Like I said, you should have let me go in there, retrieve them, put them in the safe. I'm not who you think I am, Lloyd. I'm the responsible one who doesn't want to deal with... Excuse me? Wait, so she doesn't want to deal with unalive children, but she brings somebody on the property who almost unalives somebody when there's a child on the property. Yep, this reasoning and logic sounds real good, doesn't it? Dead people, lost money, stolen stuff. I want to put everything away and make sure that it's there when you get out. Okay. Oh, Tuesday, July 23rd. Here's another one. And the insanity is just, it's mind-blowing. John's doing good. We're working on his case. I'm looking for an attorney for him. Oh, there we go. Well, Deuce hasn't found him one illegally yet. Well, we'll have to see what's in the works for that. So we know now, as of July 23rd, Crook still doesn't have an attorney, even though he lied, falsified documents for a public defender, which would mean he does have an attorney if he was actually granted the public defender, which he was, but he did lie on the documents, and if he would have told the truth on the documents, he would have still been granted a public defender. He does have an attorney. But it's not one that LIEnette chose. Wednesday, July 24th, right here. Okay. All right, so let's be very clear. Shart has posted that Lloyd owes LIEnette the camper because LIEnette's deal with Lloyd was that he was living for free in exchange for the camper. That's odd because LIEnette wrote this on July 24th. John and I really want to buy the RV. Wait, now hold a second. I thought she already owned it. Huh, isn't that odd? In exchange for living on a literal dump for an RV. Nope. She says, as we discussed, John's doing better now, feeling good, off of the strong drink and his pain meds. I'm very proud of him. He'll be a lot better to live with. Oh, and if this doesn't touch your heart, guys, this is a love story of the century. Wow. Okay, by the way, we're going to get a peek inside their camper, and it ain't pretty. So this is a pretty long one. This is from Lyshell. The RV, on Our RV, the inverter is blown. I have to find someone to replace it. And even though he quit the strong drink, I still don't want to live with him. Isn't this funny that in these text threads, John is her soulmate. When the sheriff shows up, the deputy, I want to make it very clear, he is not my husband. Oh my goodness, the headache from trying to figure out a mental mind, a demented mind. All right, he quit drinking, but I don't want to live with him. This camper is too small. Harley Grace needs a place she can have a routine and a normal bedtime. I hope we can continue with our deal. Meaning the deal that she wants to buy the camper from Lloyd, and Lloyd said no. Previously, all through the context of the text. I hope you're feeling better. The thigh wound takes time to heal. I'm willing to go in there and do a deep clean if you're okay with it. I'm remodeling John's right now, and it's very nice. Remember that nice picnic table cover over the countertops? Oh, here's a little peek right here. Romans 9:1. I am strong. Romans 9:1 has nothing to do with LIEnette being strong. Absolutely nothing. By the way, she wouldn't even know what it is in the first place. Okay. Oh, yes. Here's the side here. Blood doesn't equal family. Amen. Amen. Love always wins. How much love have you seen in these texts about her own family members? Landon, his girlfriend, his boyfriend. Oh, wait. That's right. Okay. We did have the whole love thing with Crook. So, love is winning. Love is winning. Okay. And then it goes on. I was not insinuating that you don't deep clean. Remember, LIEnette's trying to get into his camper. She wants his camper. She wants to go in there and clean the camper for herself. But there is no deal for her to own the camper. She's begging for it. I was trying to help you, period. And the kids said that you are selling the camper to them. So I guess I have my answer. Can you believe this? So now LIEnette's mad that she can't buy the camper from Lloyd. Lloyd is selling the camper to the kids. I guess I have my answer. Wait. What about this whole deal, living on the property for free in exchange for the camper? Obviously, that was a lie. Okay, let's see what else we got. LIEshell, July 25th. LIEshell, July 25th. I wish we could go back to the original thing. They've been fighting through text this entire time. If you end up having to go to assisted living or something like that, I would just want to go back to the original agreement where we pay you $200 a month or whatever else. We're talking about the camper. Now she wants to do a payment plan, $200 a month for the camper. Well, hold a second. I thought it was an exchange for living for free. Obviously not. $200 a month or whatever. Maybe we can afford more. I'm not sure. And we take the over the camper. That was the agreement when you moved here. And I told John you wanted to pay $300 a month for rent. I'm the one who was nice and said that. You seem like a nice person and you seem like you were hurting and needed help. So I let you stay here for free. Not in exchange for the camper. I let you stay here for free. Nowhere in there was it in exchange for the camper. I mean, that came from my heart, Lloyd, not from John. And of course, period. But if LIEnette goes in the camper, where do these kids go? 3 18-year-olds? Oh, she's got a plan. Don't worry. The kids can stay in the same shed that I stayed in. Yeah, with the child. The kids can stay in the same shed that I stayed in. It was perfectly good for me and my daughter. So, do we have proof that she's living in a shed illegally in Florida with her daughter? Right there. There's the proof. All right, let's keep going on. It should be perfectly good for those kids. All they need to do is get off their bums, help me empty it, and get the insulation up. It'll take a day, and it'll be insulated, and everything will be fine. Oh, yes, July 25th, right here from LIEshell. Let's keep going. With our situation right now, I need to use the least amount of electricity I can. I need to use the least amount of everything I can. This is a very trying time for John and I. By the way, I have a feeling John's having the best time of his life. He's finally away from her. I don't think it's trying for him. And we are not the ones who did this. We don't deserve this in any way, shape, or form. And I do not deserve the anger and the hate you're putting towards me. I have never done anything to you, sir, ever. Yep, that's what it says right there. And that's the way she looks at screens. I know that from her deposition, which we will be releasing the full deposition very, very soon. Excuse me, I would never stay in your camper. So Lloyd has told her, get out of my camper, don't go near my camper, stay away from my stuff, from my firearms, my money. And she goes on to say, I would never stay in your camper. I'm evicting you. Okay. Oh, by the way, now we have the cuss word as well. I'm done with this. Oh, yeah, bull quack. Wait, hold a second. Wasn't she just trying to buy the camper, but now she would never stay in the camper? And earlier she wasn't evicting him, and now she is evicting him? I have totally redone my camper, so excuse me. Take care. I bid you good day. She didn't put the good day, but she did put the take care. I'm evicting you. Take care. Insanity. Complete and total insanity. Oh, and then she goes on in all caps. You've done nothing but destroy my relationship with my grandson. You provided strong drink and played John and I against each other. Now accuse me of staying in your camper. You're as bad as Peter. All right, who's Peter? Peter is Lloyd's brother, who is another rug addict, and is the father of Andrew, who is another rug addict, who was stealing all of the vegetables and the food from Winn-Dixie and giving it to LIEnette and Crook illegally, which then he went to jail. Crook's now in jail, and no doubt LIEnette is soon to follow. All right, here is Lloyd's response, July 25th, I believe. It's faint up there at the top. July, it might be 26th. I don't know how long I'm going to be out here, but I don't want any problems there, and I don't want you staying in my camper. And if I find out that's happening, I'm going to have the sheriff department come out there and tow it and store it someplace until I get out of here. I don't want to talk about this anymore because this is the wrong direction to go. I want those 3 kids that they have more room in there, and there's only 2 of you and a little girl and yourself in the shed. Please don't make me do this. Seems pretty civil. Sunday, July 28th, right here. Oh, well, she was just evicting him, and now it's... Sorry, I'm wondering if we need to worry about Peter, that's Lloyd's brother, coming to my house on the street, reaving and revenge his engine. What is wrong with him? Reviving and reviving. She can't even say revving. Reviving and reviving. Is there something with Peter's car? Did it die like LIEnette's mom? And then it didn't die? And then it died? And it didn't die? Reviving and reviving and reviving. Oh, it gets so much better. All right. And she goes on to say, speaking of her mom, right here. There's been times my mom's been hospitalized. She died. That they've treated her very poorly until my sister stepped in and let them know she wasn't going to allow it. Oh, okay. Because she died. Oh, wait. Her mom didn't die. This is the best part right here. My mom is with my sister. They get along a lot better. LOL. That's not funny. There's nothing funny about that whatsoever. Nothing at all. This whole family is like this. And they're constantly reaching out to me. Constantly. They're stalking me. They're reaching out to me. They're begging and grifting off of me. And the lawyers are doing the same thing. Stalking those who stalked me. Now they're stalking me and trying to get money from me. Insanity, these people. It's so shameful. It's so shameful. July 29th, 2024. All the evidence is right here. These are horrific, horrible people. Horrific, horrible people. When do I think I'll be getting out of jail? I'm not in jail, LOL. Well, kind of him, but I'm hoping to find out what another quack, is going on. He hasn't even had a bond hearing. They're very much violating his rights. That's interesting. LIEnette wants to talk about rights being violated. She didn't have any problem with my rights being violated in the Florida courts. No, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she was all for it. But Judge Grudge is gone. He gone, baby. I'm going there tomorrow to try and visit. You're not going to believe this. Oh, yeah, another cuss word. You're not going to believe this, quack. 25 cents a minute, and you have to do the visits online. Well, I guess Crook's not getting those conjugal visits he was hoping for. You know, from his soulmate. All right, Tuesday, July 30th. Here we go with more. Good morning. I need to know if that trickle charger... By the way, she's already told him she's evicting him, and now it's, good day, sir. Good morning. Good morning. I need to know if that trickle charger can also hard charge a battery. My camper batteries need hard charge, but the kids put my cord for the camper that goes to the truck around my hitch, and I didn't know it, and I ripped off the end of the cord, so I can't hard charge with the truck anymore. So the kids aren't doing anything, but at least they wrapped a cord around her hitch. July 31st. Here we go with more. Okay. Even though I didn't create this mess with the Hales. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Talking about the Hales right there. Even though I didn't create this mess with the Hales. Wow. Did I stalk myself? Did George stalk ourselves? Oh, no. No. That would have been LIEnette CROOK, who stalked us and extorted us and have said horrific, horrible things about us. That if anybody out there, lovers and haters all included, if it would have been done to them, oh, my goodness, they would not have been okay with it. Even though I didn't create this mess with the Hales, the kids are not helping me as they were supposed to, as they promised. And I had their friend Dan look at the weed whacker, but John screwed up the head. I bet he's getting practice on that in jail. Somehow, I don't know. So it's all weedy out here, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to try and figure it out. Keep in mind, they never mow. They go out there with a weed whacker. Literally, they would spend less money in gas and fuel if they just mowed versus going out there and continually filling up a weed whacker. Insanity is mind-blowing to me. All right, July 31st. We've got more. Okay. That's very nice of you. The tortoises, oh, here we go, the animals. The tortoises have been on a very, very thin feeding thing. Wait, so she's not feeding the animals? The tortoises have been on a very, very thin feeding thing. All right, here we got more animal neglect. The kids don't want to help me dumpster dive. I have no money for gas to even go. So it's been very hard. I'm doing the best I can. Hopefully I get paid tomorrow. Hold a second. July 31st. August 1st. Government assistance. Paid tomorrow. Oh, so now we know she gets her assistance on the 1st. Okay, hopefully I get paid tomorrow and I can go and try and get them some food. The food I did get, I asked the kids to feed. Waylon's answer to me was that they can't feed without my help. I don't understand that, but it got ruined. It got all rained. Oh, by the way, rained, R-A-I-N-E-D. No, that's not how LIEnette spells it. LIEnette spells it like this. Hey, don't worry, she went to school. As a matter of fact, you're going to see this really soon coming up, what she went to school for. And you're going to laugh like crazy. And it rained in, and I'm watching a hummingbird right now. As if the hummingbird has anything to do with this. August 3rd. Good morning. Do you still want to donate the Oriental Prince? By the way, I'm evicting you. Do you want to donate the Oriental Prince? The electric bill is $385 approximately, and I'm scrambling to come up with all the money. Oops, I'm coming there tonight to give you the meds, just so you know. So, can we say begging yet again? Oh, now I need you. I need you again. I need you. I'm so upset they're screwing John over. It's so sad. So, are you donating the art? Literally, this is the way she speaks to him. Are you donating the art? No less than $100. I totally remember that part. John wants me to... now John's begging too. John wants me to show you how to put money. Oh my goodness. On his account. John wants me to show you how to put money on his food money on his account. I'll try, LOL. They are using this man and abusing this man for money. August 5th, this is just disgusting. And the fact that there are people out there lying for them, the fact that there are people out there that are supporting them through all of this is mind-blowing, disgusting, and frankly, I feel all those people should have to endure the same consequences that they're going to endure through all of this. August 5th. No, but I'm having problems with the kids. Landon is now, if she doesn't get what she wants, what is it? You're bad to kids. You do bad things to kids. And now Landon is doing bad things to Harley. Landon is abusing Harley Grace because he was so abused. The shed is disgusting. The car has fleas. Think I'm joking? This is what this child is living in this sick people. The car has fleas. And now we're getting to the lice. The car has fleas. The kids brought lice. I have so much cleaning to do. Waylon does nothing, not even for Landon. No dishes, nothing. Doesn't shower, brushes teeth. It's gross. So much for my birthday today. Oh, she missed it with her soulmate. Maybe they shouldn't break the law. Maybe they shouldn't bring in gross, disgusting people who almost unalive people on the property with a child there. All right, it goes on. Yes, I brought everything to do all of our heads. They gave it to Harley Grace. So we absolutely know the child has or had lice. Oh, there's a lot about the lice in here. So I want to do all your bedding, clean it. I have flea spray that will kill the lice and the fleas. I'll make sure it's all cleaned up. I think it's Waylon that had them. He never combs his hair or showers. Ever! Ugh. I threw the ugh in, but the ever is there. Let's keep on reading. All right, from Lyshell. You can see it. You can see the lice spray right there. We did find all of this in Lloyd's camper. Hopefully the kids will do their hair today and I can wash all of your sheets and spray everything down. I'll get taken care of. I just found out last week. Please don't make Landon mad any more than he is. He's been pretty off the chain. Needs counseling very badly. ASAP. And then Lloyd responds, I just got back from therapy. Like, Lloyd needs to be having any of these conversations. I just got back from therapy. I was going to ask them if they had lice. If they do, they need to move back into the shed. And my camper needs to be cleaned. And then we have the whole lice thing here. They started in the shed, which means the lice is in the shed. Who else was in the shed? Oh, that's right, LIEnette and Harley, which means they have lice. Which means Crook probably has lice. And then she goes on, I don't lie. I don't lie. Well, if there's one thing we do know about LIEnette, it's anything, she lies constantly. I don't lie, but okay. I know he'll pitch a huge fit. Suggest I put a real bed in the shed. Keep in mind, 2 hammocks. The child has been sleeping in a hammock. LIEnette has been sleeping in a hammock. Even though she claims she has degenerate disc, she can't do anything. She's disabled because of it. There's one thing that we've learned. She is not physically disabled at all. Which, by the way, all the clips of all the running, all the tossing of these heavy things have been sent to the disability office. So she has been turned in, and I believe she'll lose her disability very, very soon. So if that's what it's truly for. Now, I believe she claims it's physical disability, but it's truly mental disability. That's my belief. But I'm not, there's nothing proving that I'm right. And they want me to put in a real bed in the shed. Oh my goodness. How dare they want a real bed? We're going to get a look of inside the shed here real quick. And they should be very comfortable. John might want the shed. I'll ask him, how would Harley have gotten lice when we don't go near anyone? Except we all know she's always near everyone. How many pictures have to be shown? Oh, how would Harley have gotten if they don't go any? They brought it here. Ugh. I'll get your bedding, all your laundry done. It'll be bug-free. By the way, it was never done. We actually did that. And by we, I mean Deanna, George, Travis, all taking care of Lloyd. And then August 5th, yet again, here we go. August 5th. So are you having them go back to the shed so your camper can get cleaned? So I can force them to use the light? Oh, here we go. Another cuss word. Quack. So I can force them to use the light quack and them to clean up. I'm also trying to get them on a bus or a plane out of here. I'm tired of the disrespect, the name calling by Waylon. I'm not going to put up with it. I want that kid off my property. Wait, we saw videos that you were so glad to have them on the property. We saw videos on, it's a Michelle thing. Oh, everything's so great. They work so hard. This is the truth. This is the reality right here. This is the truth. All right, regardless of what they tell you, they have head lice, lots of it. And if I don't do all your bedding and wash it and dry it and spray it, the bed will stay in there along with the freaking fleas. Look at that last line. Freaking free tablet. Freaking fleas. Yeah, now we got the freaking fleas. This is getting good. Freaking blue tablets, free tablets, freaking fleas. I just walked in your camper and my feet were attacked by fleas. They know it has fleas, but they spend their money on what? The devil's lettuce? They spend their money on the devil's lettuce. How are they getting money? She's not paying them. Where's this money coming from? But they spend their money on the devil's lettuce and vaping, not flea medicine. Oh, wait, she put wrapping. That's a common word for her. But vaping, not wrapping. Ugh. The shed, when I was in it, had clothes, toys, paperwork all over. This is 3 days ago. Now I have to clean this all up, kill the fleas and the lice. I think I'm fine. We're going to see inside the shed in a second. This is at 519. This is about her wanting to buy the camper again. So you have to ask the question, is it real? And yes, I do believe 100% they all have lice and there's fleas everywhere. Look at the squalor conditions that they're living in. The reality is this: homeless encampments are cleaner than that property. She goes, I think I'm fine. I want to give you a down payment even though I owe you. Wait, down payment for the camper? I thought it was an exchange for free living. I want to give you a down payment even though I owe you $140 already. I want to give you 100 down or something. Then I can say, shoes off in your camper. The cat goes to the shed, not the camper, and fleas stay out of there. Why would you give a down payment to somebody for a camper that you're claiming you already own in exchange? Oh, that's because Shart's a pathological habitual liar, just like LIEnette. Now we all understand why they get along so well, right? August 5th, 2024. Here we go. Yes, the cast loaded in them. I have no idea what that means. But cat is, John and I pay good money to keep our dogs in flea medicine, and now we have to go buy more. We don't have the money for that. She doesn't have the money to feed the turtles either. If you don't have money to take care of animals, why do you have them? Right? No, we're going to get a $50 monkey. Wait, that was a deposit for a $50 monkey. So can't feed turtles, can't feed tortoises, but we pay good money for flea protection for the dogs. Is anybody getting fed? And then Lloyd goes on to say, as she says, we don't have money for any of that. This is how she begs. Well, I don't have money. I have to do this. I don't have money. And then you try and escape as fast as possible. And Lloyd goes on to say, you're not giving me a down payment at this point. Don't push it. In other words, the camper is not yours. It never was yours. It never will be yours. By the way, I'm not in any communication with Lloyd at this point until he reaches out and calls me for help. Days later, you're not giving me a down payment at this point. Don't push it. I need to get back there and know everything is okay. And I gave John $100 to get the flea medicine. And then Lloyd goes on to say, apparently I've given John a lot of money that you don't even know about because he didn't tell you. Huh. John's keeping money from the minister of Otter Creek? And she goes on to say, yeah, John didn't tell me about it. Okay. Yes. Oh, John didn't tell me any of that, but we have an issue. Landon said that there's part of the sockets and stuff aren't working in the bedroom, your camper, but the refrigerator and stuff isn't working either. So now I need to figure out what's wrong. In other words, electric sockets. All right. This is where it gets pretty funny. Yes, John gave me a key a long time ago in case of there's a whole fight because Lloyd thinks she's just trying to get into his camper, which she is. And she's trying to say, I have to, she's said so many things to get in there so far. She needs to get all the freedom sticks. She needs to get all the money. She needs to clean it, needs to launder everything. Now it's the electric is out. Yes, John gave me a key, and she's told him already, I can get in there anytime I want. John gave me a key. So she goes on to say, John gave me a key a long time ago in case of an emergency. I reset the 20 amp, which put air back on. Outside plug still isn't working. Neither one are working for the outdoor socket. And if we don't get it working, I'm not going to be able to charge my batteries. Hence, I'm going to end up with no power in my camper. Well, who's the idiot who decided to buy this property, stalk somebody so that they could try and get money and then not pay to build a house, but live in filth and squalor? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was her. Oh, it's a nice long one from LIEnette, August 5th. I didn't yell or scream. Landon did. See, you're wrong. This is to Lloyd. It's not the plug behind the refrigerator. The plug on the wall of your camper is soaking wet. I went to school for electric. This is so freaking hilarious. Like that freaking free tablet and the freaking fleas. I went to school for electric. Let me tell you what she went to school for. She dropped out of high school. Completely and totally dropped out of high school. Then she got her GED. Then she went to 1 semester of Bible college and dropped out. And then she went to stripping. That's her life story. But now she's an she's an electrician. She's a genius. Firefighter, lawyer, electrician. Is there anything LIEnette cannot do? Yes, tell the truth. That's what she can't do. So now she went to school. Oh my goodness. You should have been dealing with me, not him. Did you think you'd get a kick out of it? Never mind, because we're not going to deal with any of this anymore. I refuse to be treated like this on my own property. The way the rain came, the water soaked the plug on the wall in your camper. I was telling Landon that like 5 times and he ignored telling you. It was Landon who started yelling. They do that, not me. Ask John to make a show to make people believe that I'm doing something I'm not doing. This sounds familiar, huh? Except video never lies. She does exactly what is shown on video. Okay, and now she's saying John is making videos trying to make people believe that she's not who she really is. He learned it from his mother. That would be Lindsay. And now you're blaming me wrongfully for doing something I did not, because of an 18-year-old who's mentally not even well. This is what she has to say about her grandson. Now, if she can pick up on that about her grandson, she has many, many problems. First of one being that LIEnette is his grandmother. You think she actually admits her own issues? I doubt it. August 5th. Again, no worries. I plugged my battery and chargers into the shed, and I will clean the shed until I can fix my camper. My poor little girl and I will go back to living in that, while you and my grandchildren, who are doing nothing around here but getting high and runk, will just live in glory, right? When John gets home, I guarantee it. Now, just read it for yourself. Just read it for yourself. So she's trying to extort him, just like she did me. And then she put signs up all over the town about me. Living in glory. She's saying there's fleas and there's lice in the camper, and that's somehow living in glory. Living in glory. On that piece of property, there is no glory. Landon should have let me do it. I need to now she's trying to get even more stuff here. This is he's trying to get his debit card. Landon should have let me do it. Look at this. It's horrific. This is why I cut and pasted it here. Landon should have let me do it. I need to change your address to the address on the debit card. I believe that's the issue. August 6th. Here we go. More stuff. Okay, I'll go to Walmart. I'll pay the electric bill this morning. The kids are leaving, as you heard. I want to bring you your food card, so please tell them to hand it over, which they were using illegally. And I do believe that they stole the money, the $300 as well. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. And they have food. I've been buying them whatever they want. I don't believe that. Remember, she couldn't even buy food for the turtles. What makes us think that she's going to buy food for them? Animals first, right? According to her. They've been horrible, Lloyd. You don't even know anything about them or their stories. Landon is a... Oh, you mean just like Crook? Landon is a... Just like Crook. Must run in the family. All right. And is now the product of his stepfather's beatings. He acts just as cruel, as crazy as Price. That is his stepfather, married to Lindsay. And Lindsay is LIEnette's biological daughter. And I know it's all crazy and it's very hard to follow all these players. They're all insane. They are all mentally insane. And I want them as far away from me as possible. And it goes on to say, it happens when kids are so abused. He's always been my favorite, my boy that I raised. He's not that boy anymore. He's angry, abusive. He needs mental help ASAP. Huh. Well, he ain't the only one in the family. Ain't that the truth? Let's take a look at inside the shed. This is where this child has been sleeping in a hammock. And the bucket, you know, the toilet. Let's just take a little tour. A little tour inside the camper. Yes. The tour inside the camper. Oh, yep. This looks very, very healthy for a child. Still in diapers. Yep. Now, she's going to claim that they did all of this. Look at the entirety of the property. This is just a glimpse of what the entirety of the property looks like. So did they do that to the entire property? I'm sure they've all contributed. Oh, here's one of the hammocks. So if you look here, this is a hammock for sleeping, and the other one is on the ground. Now, who got the hammock to sleep on? LIEnette or the child? And who was sleeping on the tote? LIEnette or the child? This is just horrific. Horrible. By the way, fleas, lice. You're seeing that by her own hands. Fleas, lice. Who knows what else is in there? Ticks, maybe? It's unhealthy, unsanitary, and I can't believe that DCF isn't doing anything about it. Although, I do know that there's an emergency DCF visit already unannounced on the property. But we'll get to that in the future. Because the Levy County Sheriff actually reported the day where Lloyd was removed from the property, and there's been others as well. August 6th, you have it all wrong and you don't know the truth. Landon scares me to death. Wow, LIEnette died. No, she didn't die. No, she died. She didn't die. She was scared to death. LIEnette scares me to death. I wish he had promised me he'd come here and help me and get counseling and treatment. He promised me. He did not. Waylon is a mess, filthy pothead, and there's no way he'll ever hold a job. He'll never make it. This is funny coming from a person who could never hold a job and never made it. To saying that somebody else could never hold a job and will never make it. Oh my goodness, this is funny. And Tyra is a hypochondriac. Her mom having cancer and all her abuse, she feels she's gonna die from everything. Stays in bed all day long, almost every day. It's not normal. She was supposed to watch Harley today so I could do the flea market. Maybe that's where all the fleas came from. The flea market. Yeah, that never happened. Do you think that's where they're picking up all the fleas? That's potential. Finally, since they didn't get any money from me, they're finally selling at the flea market and trying to get money. August 6th. Here we go, some more from Lyshell. I'll be there later. It's them that lied to me, made me so much extra work. They have literally done a week's worth of work on tortoises, and they call that working their assessments off. That's what it says, assessments. You think I'm joking? There it is. They call that working their assessments off. Okay. They freaking sleep till 2 to 3 every day. We need to fix your phone because John wants to talk to you immediately. He's mad as a... Oh, here we go again with the language. He's mad as a quacking hornet. All right. But she doesn't talk this way. All right. These kids are weaponizing against me. They're now holding me hostage on my property. You think I'm joking? She's now claiming to be a hostage on her own property as she tried to hold Lloyd as a hostage on the property and all of his belongings. And this is unbelievable because you're giving them the camper. This is a joke to them. John said you might be missing some money too. I'd like to look and see if there's any and make sure the kids put that money back there. There we go. Now we're back on the money train. Choo-choo! LIEnette's money train, August 6th. Here we go, trying to get back in again. May I have your permission to take the sheets off the bed and your blankets or whatever and spray your camper for fleas, please, for lice. Do not want to come home and you have to gonna do laundry and you gonna wash your bedding. I will wash all of your bedding. I won't go through one thing in your camper. Oh yeah, don't worry. You can trust LIEnette. I won't go through one thing in your camper. I know there's money in there. I won't go through one thing in your camper. I'm not interested in stealing from you. Who says that to somebody? Yeah, a thief who's known for stealing. I'm not interested in stealing from you. What I want to do is get rid of all the fleas and the lice. It says life because I don't want it back. Wait, she doesn't want it back? You mean she's already had it? Probably multiple times. I'll bring you everything tomorrow, August 6th. I'm going home right now, and I'm sure to deal with the police and God knows what else, because Landon will call the sheriff on me again. Oh, Landon has called the sheriff on LIEnette multiple times. Boy, this family is great. Okay. I got food for the tortoises, paid the electric bill of $332. Now I'm going to go pay the water bill. I have to do that in the morning. They're not open, but I'll pay the water bill in the morning. And yes, I'll bring you some kind of food. By the way, who paid the electric bill? Lloyd did. Lloyd paid the electric bill for the kids. And then it goes on, they're still in the camper. They'll probably call the sheriff. Since you allowed them in the camper, they'll be allowed to stay in it. And then she goes in about the law. Let's see what the law says. Sir, excuse me, but they just did it to me. I bid you good day. And all I was simply letting you know, I'm on your side, sir. I'm getting tired of this. Huh? Wait, she doesn't talk like that. You can trust LIEnette. She would never lie. She doesn't use that kind of terminology or words. Oh, I'm so shocked. August 6th. Here we go. Oh my goodness. The sheriff won't do anything. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, but you're hard-headed once you let them in your camper. You probably gave them squatters' rights. Just like on my property, you have to evict them. Ugh. You called Deputy Knick today and asked them if I can throw them off the property, which I had no intentions of doing. They're just being jerks. They're playing up for their mother. It's a game and they've learned it in their entire life. Huh, and where do you think their mother learned it? From LIEnette. This is what LIEnette does. Calls the cops constantly, lies constantly, threatens constantly. Where do you think Lindsay learned it from? LIEnette. Where do you think Landon learned it from? LIEnette and Lindsay. You wouldn't know any of the story, what has happened. You know nothing. This is my kid. My daughter has done horrible harm, and her husband has done horrible harm. Here we go again. When she doesn't get her way, what is it? Yeah, right there. The actual physical, everybody in her life, mental, you name it. That kid has been through it and has left its mark. He's just like the man who abused him. But they learned the system. They've learned the game. John and I had to evict my daughter and the stepfather from our condo in Rotundo West. We have all the legal paperwork for that. That is true. We had to evict them because they knew the law. Lindsay told them they can stay now if they want, and we have to evict them. The deputy told me today they called the sheriff on me. Yeah, they did, and they had every legal right to stay, just as Lloyd had every legal right to go on the property. Once you are renting, once you are allowing people to stay, you lose property rights. They all just left to go to rehearsals? Herschel's. They all just left to go to Herschel's or go somewhere, the tweakers. They live up there and they just got a hold of them and learned out who the druggies are. They have no intentions of leaving your camper, or I can tell you that right now. While they're gone, would you like me to see if your money is where you left it? They have no money, but they're going up to the store and they're buying, quack. You can see the stars there, quack. They're buying stuff. Did you leave the money in your camper? John said like 300. Do you want me to go in and see if it's there or what they're using? Oh, and oh boy, this is good. And then she sends text messages to Lloyd that she sent to Patty Plummer. Now, Patty Plummer is the fool, the ignorant fool, who sent LIEnette $7,000 for a retainer for Silver Scam. This is the Patty who will never, ever see one aspect of this back again. And I truly believe that LIEnette and Crook are going to lose literally everything. While there are those whispering in their ears, oh, you're going to get money from Jeremy, I guarantee you that will not happen in this legal system. But those lawyers, they're going to lose something for sure. All right, so this is an entire text message with Tyra, and then she sent it to Patty Plummer. So they're fighting, Tyra and LIEnette are fighting, saying horrific things, horrific things, and then she's sending it to Patty. What normal person sends this kind of stuff to anybody, let alone a person you've never physically met in your life? And what kind of fool sends $7,000 to a pathological, habitual liar who has done more harm in everybody's life they've ever touched than ever good? We know no good. And then she goes on to tell Lloyd, they are with the Hales now. Dun, dun, dun. After this whole thing with Patty Plummer, trying to set me up. They laughed after calling the sheriff. They're evil. I guess they've been recording us since they got here. Tyra yelled it at me. I'm done with them forever. This is her grandson. I'm done with them forever. And yes, they did record. And there's a lot of incriminating things. We will get to that. August 6th. It has nothing to do with Patty. Lloyd's going, what is this whole thing you just sent me with Patty? It has nothing to do with Patty. I sent my friend the screenshots so that I have it on some other phone than mine, because she often scrubs her phone, deletes everything, and she literally told the officers, you're going to see this in an actual video, that she did it because of her feud with the Hales. She didn't want to go to jail. Okay. Let's see. And other phone messages sent me a while ago. Nasty messages, no reason, saying they're in trouble. Oh, and wait, I see Waylon here. He's sitting out by the corner. Landon and the girl, aren't they here? I have no clue. I don't believe they are here with the Hales. Absolutely, I do believe they're here with the Hales. Absolutely, or they got caught shoplifting or something. But I'm not going to do anything with them. Not after everything they've done to me. I'm not doing what? Another duck? Quack. Now it's all about how they're getting off the property. They came here and left again. Yeah, first, mom bought the plane tickets, then a cousin, then a grandma. Hold a second. They came here and left again. First is mom bought the tickets now. A cousin bought 2 tickets and a grandma bought another ticket. I don't trust anything that he's doing. Nothing. You think you know my grandson, sir. You don't know him at all. Ugh. You don't know him at all. And then she goes on to say, and you know what? Neither do I. Then it goes on. I just replied to John. He asked if they had moved out of the camper yet. And I told him no. I told him what the deputy said to me about the property, and I'm sure they'll use that same thing to stay in the camper. John wanted me to lock it up and put the keys in the safe. So John wants her to illegally lock them out of a camper, which she would have gotten arrested for. This would have been great if she actually did it. Unfortunately, she did not. So yes, they called on us, kicking them off the property. So Landon, Tyra, Waylon called Levy County Sheriff about LIEnette trying to kick them off of the property. They won't leave your camper because they know it's there until they leave or you evict them. Same with me. I tried to explain that to you, but you believed them and their BS. Well, at least there was no quacks. It's BS this time instead of a quack. That's not, it's a little bit better, right? August 6th. Now she's a lawyer. Remember, she's an electrician and she's a lawyer. And under the law, they called the law on her. August 6th, 6:17 p.m. And by the way, under the law, they own everything in your camper. That is not the way the law works. But you're going to hear her tell him why she thinks this is the way the law works. Because she's had rug addicts in and out of her property taking things, and Levy County Sheriff have not pressed charges because they were living on the property illegally. All right, just hit to let you know, ask the sheriff. He'll tell you they don't know the difference between who is your property and they can actually take whatever they want. The people who robbed me, you know, the rug addicts that she said she never had on her property, the people who robbed me, I let them sleep in my shed. Right there. I let them sleep in my shed. Because I did that, everything that was in the shed I could not report as stolen because it belongs to them under the law. That is not the way the law works. Oh, yes. And then, oh, nice, August 7th. This is like a bad movie. Landon, all caps. And he's going to, he's in total control now. He's in total control. He's in control. August 7th, again, another long one. Okay, well, if you need anything out of the camper, you know that I'm not going to be able to get it, basically. They're under the impression that you've given them permission for them to be in there, so that's the way it is, and that's fine. I don't have to. I don't care. I just want them gone. I just want this. Quack. More stars. I just want them. Quack. About a threatening and attacking and doing all the things that Landon was going to do is ridiculous. Childish and ridiculous. Bring bongs of real weed into my property and life knowing I could lose my child. This is wrong. This is the best. But whatever. Whatever. I could lose everything, but whatever. August 7th. Lachelle. There we go. Funny. They have no money, but they went up to Herschel's again. So you know, it just makes me, I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry that it happened. But I tried to tell you, yep, that kid was arrested in Iowa, my grandson, for theft, stealing strong drink. But you didn't believe me. You wanted to believe them. And then, and this, and that, I'm a mega, and that you want to believe that I'm a mega. Yep, there's the stars again. That I'm a mega. Boop, quack. That I'm a mega quack. Who's doing all these horrible things. No, it's not me. I have to be strong. I have to be on top of... Quack. Starts with an S. I knew what he was doing. I knew what I was doing. He was supposed to come here and go to treatment. He was supposed to come here and get help. Not get here and drink. He almost died in Iowa. And he beat 5 people so badly. Who says badly? He beat 5 people. The kid is the size of a twig. There is no way he could beat anybody unless it was a toddler. I literally could pick him up and snap him in half. And I would have no problem doing that if I saw him face to face after the things he's done to my property. Even though I was willing to allow him to get a ride to the airport because that was the right thing to do to get him off this property. And yes, we did address and talk about him trespassing on my property and destroying the finger. Although I didn't share it in the video. There were a lot of things that I didn't share in the video. And I have the full video if needed for court or for any other evidentiary things. Police, anything along those lines. That you had to go to the doctor. Oh my goodness. August 7th, 2024. Oh my goodness. I'm getting sick just reading this. So Landon called the sheriff and had the sheriff come here today, and I wasn't even here. This is the day they called me. I'm using the fridge outside because my door fell off until I can get new hinges. I have to use it. Is that okay with you? In other words, she's asking Lloyd permission to use Lloyd's fridge, which she claimed was her fridge when the sheriff was on the property. August 8th. So did you give them that $300? Landon called the sheriff yesterday while I was gone. They are playing a very serious game. And who'd they learn it from? None other than LIEnette. August 8th. Lloyd, I'm concerned about the kids taking your pew-pews and packing them in their suitcases that are being checked and stealing your pew-pews. They've already stole Germany. I don't know. You try and decipher. They already stole Germany. They lost 3 BT cards. Supposed to be, you know what kind of cards they are. So I'm worried about them stealing your pew-pews. Did you have anything else of value? Lloyd, I'm concerned about the kids taking your pew-pews and packing them in their suitcases. They're being checked and stealing your valuables. And then the next sentence, they have lice. Yeah, we figured that out. I'm not going to recontaminate myself. So we know LIEnette had it, probably still has it. I'm not going to recontaminate myself and my child all over again. I can wash your bedding, and I can clean the couch area and spray the floors in the bed. Oh boy, August 11th, the day of the rescue. What does LIEnette have to say after she tried to con this man and scam him out of his pew-pews, out of his money, out of his camper, out of everything? You're an evil human being. The kids are gone. Everything was fine. And you send the enemy over here? Well, I would assume I'm the enemy, and I wasn't there. I was in Ohio. Will you hire another? Are you out of your mind? Will you hire another company to come and get it? Because more cussing. You see the stars right there. Because quack people are not coming on my property, and shame on you for everything you've done. I'm reporting you. You can bet your life on it.